What up, everyone? It's your boy Jermaine back with another video. And make sure you are at home watching this on your 4K TV, or make sure you watching this in your Oculus because it'll look really, really cool. But if you're watching this in your Oculus, you also have to make sure you turn up your settings. I increased my settings on my Oculus and everything looks so much better, holy moly. But it also uses more battery. But anyway, in this video, we're gonna explore Fillmore Street. So right now I'm at Lombard and Fillmore Street. I didn't know there was a Honda dealership here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go up Fillmore Street. Now if we go down Fillmore Street here, we're gonna get down to the beach, right? And I'm just gonna keep it real, there's not as much to see. There's just kind of like houses and there's the beach. So I'm just gonna start here at Lombard Street because Lombard Street is a little bit more action going on. It's not like residential. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk all the way up, and this is gonna be a kind of an interesting walk because we can really see how the neighborhoods change. And I think this will make a really, really good video. So yeah, anyway, let's get this one started. Now this part of Fillmore here, at night on the weekends, this place can be pretty busy. This is a pretty happening like area for nightlife, I would say. Especially with your, I want to say like more your college age, not college age, but like 20s, 30s crowd. Now definitely you'll find some bars around here that, you know, cater to, you know, the older crowd. But for the most part, just around these blocks, you're gonna find a lot of bars catering to, you know, your younger crowds, your 20s and 30s. These places are closed right now, but this place is like really, really popular at, you know, on a Friday night, Saturday night. This place across the street is even more popular. I mean, if you're just ever out, you know, on the weekends, and if you come through here, you might be surprised because you'll see like a ton of people out. Recently, Lori and we went out in this neighborhood. It was a Saturday night. I had a blast. It was like no one was wearing a mask. It was freaking awesome. Like, I remember going to, I'm not gonna, you know, say the places that I went to, but it's not rocket science to figure it out. We ended up going to this place, and I don't know, I think that used to be a bar. We ended up going to some place, and the place, the bouncer had a mask on, and the people at the people behind the counter had a mask on, and no one else had a mask on. And I guess you could have walked up and showed your ID with your mask on or off, because Lori was wearing a mask and I wasn't wearing a mask, and I just showed my ID and just got in, you know? It was kind of insane. I don't know if it's still like that today, probably. But this was like, I don't know, a couple months ago. I remember going out here, it had a blast. It's just really loud and rowdy. Really loud and rowdy. Lots of bars, right? Lots of bars and taco shops and stuff like that. And of course, what a better place than to put a Shake Shack. Now, I'm not a fan of Shake Shack, but for some reason Shake Shack is like super popular. And there's a Shake Shack here. Now up here, there's less bars and there's more like, it's more like local businesses, you know. We got, you know, this paint shop and, you know, post office shop. looks like a costume store over there. I have come by here plenty of times and I've never noticed that place. There's a Christmas tree. Look all this, I thought this window had this huge X in the middle there. It's a pretty classic looking building, yo. Alright, it's a little bit earlier in the morning, that's why I'm not talking so much. I'm actually gonna try to cross the street. I think there's less people walking on this side of the street. It's really busy around here, and I'm just gonna keep it real. I kinda like to be quiet around here because I noticed, like, certain neighborhoods I go to, like, I feel like people are listening more. So I don't know, I just kind of like to walk with not a lot of people around me. I just feel like, you know, it's a little bit more easier to talk. And then also, like, some people may be camera shy, that sort of thing. Now this part of Fillmore is, we're out of like the commercial area here, and it starts to get residential for the next few blocks, and we are on a hill. This hill is pretty massive. I'm holding the camera straight, and you can just, I mean, you can even see how the steps are against this this house here. Or just notice the garages across the street here at this building. And you also notice how I'm stopping to take a break, because this is a big hill. More Christmas trees, it's that time of the year. So now we are at Fillmore and Green. Oh, it looks like, hey.
You're on Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah.
I see you all over the place, man.
Oh, awesome. Have a good one.
All right, have a good day.
All right. I don't know what's up with these. Are these easy to walk on? Not really. These are not really easy to walk on. And this kind of goes, we go up like some pretty big hills. Wow, look at that fancy place. Wow, they have like a, is that like a circular garage? Like, that's like so sick, yo. And then they have like gates outside of their house. It's pretty fly. I like this one. This one has a sick view. Look at that view. There's nothing blocking their view. But I'll tell y'all something about this neighborhood, because I've actually stayed in this neighborhood quite a bit. Long story, it's another job. But one thing about this neighborhood I don't think a lot of people realize is the boats out there, they make a lot of noise and you can hear them. So yeah, you have all these great views and stuff, but you always hear the boats, especially on a foggy night, because if it's a foggy night, they have to honk as they're like going through the fog. Sorry I'm like so out of breath, but I was talking and coming over a big hill at the same time. Whew. Dang, let's continue to go up. Maybe I won't talk as much on this one. Look at that house. It looks so old school and brown. And then here we got this old modern one. Just like right next to it. Alright, I was just really waiting for those people to pass by. Alright, we're almost at the top. This is the last hill. This one is not as bad as the other one. The other one is, I think it's the steepest out of all of these. Yeah, this is a big hill. You can tell by the driveways there. I mean, well, for your car to get in, your car is gonna have to do some twisting and bending, yo. I mean, look at that. Crazy. Now, these steps make it easy. But another thing about these steps, they're very long. So if you're used to like going upstairs in a building, they're not the same. They're like so long, you know? Kind of hard to explain. We got about a few more blocks and we'll be in another commercial area, or I would say mixed area. Here we go. This is Broadway, I think. I think Nancy lives on this street. Yo, anybody been following those Nancy Pelosi stock picks? There's like a Twitter account. People making bank off of that, yo. They're just buying the same trades that Nancy Pelosi's buying. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but I wouldn't recommend it because of the dates. They have to list like between 30 and 45 days. And that's too long, you know? I'd rather not follow those picks, but some people are following those picks and having success. A little bit more shade over here. Look at this building. It's got that roof on the top there that looks all interesting. Oh, there's hella people on the side of the street. I'm actually gonna cross again. Hella people on the side of the street. This looks like a lot of kids. Alright, let's cross again. I thought school was in. It's like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. And ever since I've been filming this, I just see kids like everywhere. Right at the beginning of this video, I noticed. But also, on the other side of Lombard Street, there's a school. But I don't think these kids will be going to that school. These kids probably are going to another school. They're probably going to that school on Broadway. There's a really, really fancy, ritzy school on Broadway there. That's where those kids are probably going to. Check out this old school building. That's like a Blue Bottle coffee or something on the bottom. But it's just very unique at the top there. And then over here in this neighborhood, they got all these little, you know, little bodega shops that look like this. It's kind of like New York style a little bit. And here we have it. So this here is the Pack Heights side of Fillmore Street. Oh, Pacific Heights, that's the proper name. I mean, people in the city know of it as Pack Heights, but if you're from outside of the city, the proper name is Pacific Heights. And of course, these fun cops over here in this neighborhood. No, because it's a nice, oh, it's a pretty cool, decent neighborhood, you know. This is Pack Heights, but like, I'm gonna keep it real. It's a lot of closed shops around here. So this is Pack Heights, but like I said, I'm gonna keep it real. This ain't like proper Pack Heights. Like I would say proper Pack Heights is, you keep going up Washington like 4, 5, 6 more blocks. Or, well no, there's a park here, but if you take Clay and go down Clay, there's another big, large group of kids. If you take Clay and go all the way down, I would say like that's like for real proper Pack Heights. I mean, I guess you can say, I mean, this is Pack Heights, but I don't know, it's just not, it's not as nice as other parts of Pack Heights.
You only want one of us to go in.
Oh, that cool looking place. I'm gonna cross again. Like I said, it's early in the morning. It's like 10 a.m. It's pretty quiet. They got a Bank of America over here. That is an old school looking bank. For the city, it's got that rock stuff on the side, like this stuff. It's not very popular anymore. I want to say that was like, I don't know if that was 80s. Can someone tell me below, what era was that? Was that 80s that they were building? They were building the sides of the buildings with like rocks and stuff. I'm so glad we don't do that today. Today it's all glass, you know. It's like, so sometimes when I'm filming, I like see like 1 or 2 people on the street, so I'll purposely like try to film like away from them, you know, so they can just walk by and pass. But when I do this sometimes, it creates more stares because they're like, what's going on? And it's like, I'm just kind of casually letting you like walk by, you know? But then sometimes I don't. Oh, there's a Starbucks here. I want to say I filmed this past block in another video recently. But I turned on Sacramento Street. This time we're gonna continue to go down.
Yeah, she's very religious.
Alright, so we're approaching California Street. As you can see, there's lots of parklets Lots of little restaurants in this little area, you know. You know, I don't see that many vacant places. I mean, there are some, but not like a bunch. I think, of course, downtown is gonna have the most because that's where all the tourists go. But in neighborhoods like this, it's a little bit more local. You know, you still have. I mean, as long as you still got people living here, they're gonna be buying stuff around here. You know. I wonder what that was. Oh, there's another vacancy. There's a bunch over there too. There's the one there, and there's one down there. Oh, there's a little bit more bars down here. There's a few more bars down here. No, actually there's not. There's just more sort of mix, you know. I don't know what this used to be. Wow, it's like so quiet on the street. Before the pandemic, there'd definitely be more people around here right now. Maybe not, because it is January, and January is like, I don't know, it is January, so I gotta think about that too. Maybe that has something to do with it. Okay, we are across Lombard Street. That definitely used to be some sort of clothing store. Another vacancy. I'm starting to see more down here actually, because farther up is a little bit more fancier, and then the farther down you go, it just changes, you know. I mean, you'll see. Now, I don't know if there's going to be many vacancies up ahead because there's not as many places, you know. But along these blocks, it's just all businesses, you know. This place looks pretty popular. I mean, I don't see anyone in there, but it just looks very trendy, you know. Old school. Other vacancy. I think they'll slow down. Walking tours with Jermaine. I like these old school buildings. So right up to the left here, we have Amc Theater. And last time I heard it's still open. And there's a Goodwill store. There's plenty of Goodwills in the city. And you know, one thing I noticed when they were looting a couple months ago and they were doing all that looting, no one ever looted the Goodwill. I wonder why. You know, they looted like all those other shops downtown, but like they didn't loot the Goodwill. Probably because nobody didn't want that stuff. All right, we'll cross again. I'm always crossing. So here we have it. This is Gary Street. Underneath, part of Gary Street goes underneath this thing. But a lot of people say everything changes at Gary Street. I don't know. I mean, things change at Gary Street, but I'm gonna keep it real. Things started to change farther back there. It was a slowly gradual change. And then, you know, I don't know. I think it was a little bit more gradual, especially when I'm walking by and I'm paying more attention to the places around. There's a restaurant right over here. I used to wait outside the restaurant for people. For example, you need a reservation, right? But you don't have a reservation. You can get a table, but to get a table, you have to like wait outside the restaurant for like 2 hours before the restaurant opens. Now, it's like a fancy restaurant, and it's a restaurant that you're gonna be dressed up to go to. Meaning that you're not gonna wanna wait outside on the street at 3 p.m. This is a really, really popular Uber Eats place, Wise Son. You don't wanna like wait outside on the street dressed up for 2 hours, 3 hours, right? So you hire someone like me to do it. And yeah, so that's what I was doing. There's this Safeway right over here in this parking lot. If you don't know what Safeway is, it's like a grocery store very similar to like Kroger. There's Kroger in a lot of other parts of the country. And here we have it. We up in Fillmore, y'all. Now, this neighborhood over here, once we pass Gary Street, this is referred to as the Fillmore, like the Fillmore Neighborhood. Now, as you know how we've been on Fillmore Street this whole video, but down there, that's not referred to as the Fillmore. That's referred to as, you know, that neighborhood was more referred to as the Marina, where we first started, but this is like the Fillmore. And around here, you know, you got some Chinese, food, right? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real. When we was over there in the white neighborhood, I didn't notice any Chinese food. I'm pretty sure it was a Chinese restaurant there, but like, I'm gonna keep it real, I didn't notice any. This is some sort of ice cream shop. It's just some little classic place. You can tell it's been here for a long time. They still over there scooping ice cream. They said that we have over 100 flavors. I'm gonna have to call y'all flavorful. So down here, even before the pandemic, I'm gonna keep it real, like this area wasn't really too popping, because as you can tell, I'm just gonna keep it real, if you can tell by like the whole architect and the style, things are not as open here. It's not like as open and vibrant as it was those few blocks. Like, look how closed off this is. You can't even see inside those windows. Like, those could be shops, but you know, they're not shops. You know, they're this, and it looks all closed in. This almost reminds me of Soma, you know. And then the same thing over here. You got, like, you can't really see in anywhere. Like, as you're walking through, it almost feels like I'm walking through a tunnel. And let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all something. This was obviously purposely created this way. I'm just gonna keep it real. The people that live here, they didn't build this. This was created this way. So, you know, when you look at certain neighborhoods and you wonder why things are the way that they are, look at how it's constructed. You know, around here I see some open windows and I can see inside, but a lot of places are very closed off, you know. And when places are very closed off, when people are inside, they can't see outside. When people are outside, they can't see inside. It creates a different feel in the neighborhood, I'm telling y'all. You know, up here we got the Fillmore. This is some famous Fillmore Heritage Center, I believe. And once again, look at this. You know, you walk down the street and it's like it's nothing really to look at, you know. And we got a few restaurants. I think that restaurant's still open, but it's closed right now because it's not a restaurant. It's not time for them to be open. Now we get down here and, you know, I don't really see anybody out walking down here. It is quiet, but like I say, it's slightly early in the morning too, but it's not that early in the morning. They call it the Fillmore, the Fillmore, the Fillmore. They call it the Fillmore, the Fillmore, the Fillmore. Once again, look down the street. Look at these windows. They're all closed off. They got this closed off feel to them. Look at that. Everything closed off. You can't see inside. You know, hey guys, I want y'all to, like, we need to talk about this. This needs to be talked about more, because this is proof. Look at this. This is proof. Look. This makes a neighborhood, y'all. This changes people. This changes the attitudes that they have. This changes the feelings that people feel when they walk right outside their community, when they can see. Look at this. Now I understand that a lot of these places are closed, you know. Huh, I wonder what this is. Oh, is that a hair salon? It's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's like that because maybe they want to hide what's inside so people won't break in. Maybe that could be a thing. I mean, even this convenience store here, like, honestly, I wouldn't even know. It's so hard to tell this is a convenience store. It's so hard to tell, you know. Ooh, look at that beautiful car. Ooh, that's a town car, y'all. Y'all know what you do with a town car? you ride it around town. That's what you do with a town car. We're gonna cross here because this is a place over here. I want to see if they still got some stuff. They had a lot of vegan wraps here. This is a police station. Don't let this police station fool you. I still wouldn't. Yeah, don't let this police station fool you. I still wouldn't park my car out front and think it's cool, you know? That's what it looks like. Illegal. Some of the places. Oh, there is a McDonald's across the street because you have to have a McDonald's. There's not that many McDonald's in the city, but that is one. Now, once we get off of this block, that is pretty much it on the residential. No, that's pretty much it on the businesses. It just goes more residential. So we'll continue to walk a few blocks this way. Just to show you guys a little bit, like, the differences. You know, over here, you know, we have, this is a housing project here. And as you can see, you know, it's got, you know, not barbed wire around it, but it has those pokey things on the fence to keep people out. If I'm not mistaken, that might be public housing. It could be. And then over here we got some more housing. I think this is like senior housing or something like that. There's a lot of senior housing around here. It's a family affair. Please knock. We are in the back office. We're crossing them. Oh, look at it. It's another Christmas tree. It's that time of the year. And over here, this is a drug-free zone. So make sure you don't do drugs around here because it's a drug-free zone. I wonder why the garage is open. That's not a good idea. People like sneak in. Look at that building from the side. Oh, I missed it. If we go straight down this way, we'll get to the courthouse. Straight that way. There's also a really, really good donut shop on 14th Street. I should actually probably take a left on 14th, but I'm just gonna go up this one block and then I'm gonna take a left and probably end the video. Wow, look at that. This is one of the old school San Francisco Victorians. And then I don't know, it kind of starts to change again once you get up over this hill, because it gets very mixed, right? When we're down here in the flatter area from Gary up into here, the neighborhood sort of, it kind of changed a little bit. And then once we go up this hill, it kind of like, it gets a little bit nicer than what it was down there, you know? It's kind of crazy how, like, just along this walk, how the neighborhood started off as like, okay, when we're at Lombard Street, it was like, all right, you know? And then we move more into the marina and it gets better, right? And then we start to go up the hill and it gets really good, right? And then once we get to the top of the hill, oh, it's really good, okay? And then as we're gonna go this way, you know, as we're coming down Fillmore, as we get to the first batch of businesses, oh, it's nice. And then as we get to the, you know, as we start to go farther down, it gradually, you know, starts to change. And then you see more vacancies and stuff like that. And then once you get down to, you know, once you make it down the Gary Street, you know, you kind of see how the businesses, how they kind of change up. They look like all different. They don't look like as inviting, you know? Like if I'm just a random person walking down the street, when we're on the upper Fillmore, a lot of those places were way more like inviting. Like I'm walking down the street, like I can see what type of business it is. I can see like what things they sell and stuff like that. But then, you know, you get down here, you know, from Fillmore, at Fillmore to Gary, and you know, it just looks completely different. Like, and then you start to go up the hill just a little bit and the neighborhood kind of changes up again. You know, it definitely doesn't get as fancy as it was in the beginning, but it just changes up again, you know? It's very, very unique. Very, very unique. That's one reason why I love living here, because there's so much variety, you know? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo. Where are all the cars?